have an 18-inch Hayward sand filter. What is the best alternative to sand? Platinum filter balls, zeolite, filter balls blue, or something else?
I think that's all going to depend on how much work you want to do. So the zeolite products are a really good filtration media, but they don't last forever. I think you put sand in a filter and it tends to last 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 years, depending. There was a time back in the industry in my early days where you replace the sand every 12 to 15 years. Now we recommend every 3 to 5 years. And for a lot of different reasons, different grades of sand that have been used in filters and stuff nowadays. But the zeolite products, I think, are really, really good alternates. It's just that you do have to replace them more often. What happens is the material itself, and there's several brands of zeolite product out there, and I think it's pretty much the same with all of them, that eventually there's a molecular breakdown in the media and it just has to be replaced. With the other ones, if you want to use some alternate type of things in the filter, the challenge with those, typically anything of a sponge-like nature or a media ball type nature, is they need to be cleaned a lot. And it means if you're okay with taking apart every few months and rinsing and washing and then putting them back in, that's a fine enough reason to do it. I certainly know that in the pond industry, for bacteria and things, that's the way that it's done, but you're building an ecosystem there. In this case, you're going to want to sterilize it and clean it occasionally. And I don't have a lot of experience because those products are something that I've never even imagined using myself, but I've heard word about them. And while I think it's a good idea, I also think that it's a lot of work. So it really comes down to you and the amount of work you want to put into it. Versus you go back to sand, another alternative to sand, probably the best alternative that you didn't mention would be glass beads. So there is an option to use glass, and it's a little different in that you have different bags of different grades of glass where you have to start with a little heavier bead, put however many bags are required in at that point, and then you do a finer bead. The beauty of that is there's a lot longer cycle between backwashes because the media can handle that much more material building up inside it. So hopefully that helps.